Hello friends, and welcome back to the Okie Hippie Farm channel, where I'm getting close to moving into the arch cabin. You'll recall from a previous video that I had to have the water well redone, so on this day we find ourselves taking on a familiar task and working to hook up the water line from the water well to the cabin. Of course, digging trenches wouldn't be the same experience if it weren't for the occasional rock or tree root to contend with, but we were back at it before long, thankfully. It was a little tricky with the trencher right under the cabin where the other water lines were, but we were able to get the trench completed in that area without any problems. I've never used a trencher without also having to use a trench shovel to do some cleanup work. I can't help but wonder, is this normal? Be sure to tell me your thoughts below. We had unrolled the 1-inch PEX piping earlier so it could soak up some sun and become more manageable. This definitely helped as we began hooking things up, although some wrestling was still required. Here we are discussing our strategy, which was to not have any pipe connections underground so as to avoid having to locate any potential future leaks underground. And here we are making the final connection to the cabin. I've mentioned this before, but just to reiterate, we used PEX piping for the supply lines, and I'm so thankful that we did. Compared to PVC, they are so much easier to work with. Okay, so here's the finished product. We put a 90-degree elbow coming off the well and were able to curve the PEX down into the ground without any additional fittings underground. The frost line here in Oklahoma is about 18 inches or so, and we dug our trench around 20 to 24 inches. One of the benefits of PEX is that it apparently won't burst from freezing, but the water can still freeze, which I obviously wanted to avoid. And here you can see the hookup under the cabin. We didn't turn the water on yet because we still had to run a water line over to the toilet, which came a few days later. Okay guys, so for the next video, we're actually gonna take a break from the arch cabin build because I've got livestock being delivered here at the homestead, finally, and I need to make some pasture modifications in order to implement my rotational grazing program. So be sure to stay tuned for that video, and I'll catch you hippies and hippie wannabes then. See ya.